Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Speak Easy English, your podcast for natural English learning and improvement.
Have you ever wanted to improve your English fluency but didn't know how to start? Felt motivated but overwhelmed by all the options?
You're eager to improve, but the sheer amount of information is overwhelming. Grammar rules, endless vocabulary lists, apps, podcasts. Where do you even start? You've tried so many methods, yet nothing seems to truly stick.
And when progress feels slow, it's tempting to quit. It starts to feel pointless, doesn't it? But fluency isn't about cramming or intense studying. It's about small, consistent daily actions, habits that build up over time.
That's why we're sharing 5 simple habits you can start today. No complicated methods, no extra stress, just effective techniques.
Exactly. Let us introduce ourselves. I'm Tommy. Welcome to Speak Easy English, where learning happens naturally and comfortably. No boring textbooks or repetitive drills, just real, authentic English.
And I'm Lisa. If you feel stuck and unsure of your next steps, this podcast is for you. We're breaking down the process into manageable steps.
Let's get started. The first habit is one of the easiest ways to improve fluency. Reading in English daily. Don't feel you need to read for hours. Even 30 minutes is a good start. More is great, but consistency is key.
Many learners say they don't have time, but let's be realistic. We all spend a lot of time on our phones. Why not swap some of that screen time for reading?
You don't have to start with challenging material. News articles, short stories, even children's books are great. Choose something manageable.
Don't start with War and Peace. Begin with something easy and gradually increase the difficulty level.
As you feel more confident, you can move on to longer or more complex texts. The key is to make it a daily routine, not a one-off activity.
Here's a crucial tip many people miss. Read aloud. It makes a huge difference. Most people only read silently, which is fine, but reading aloud significantly improves your fluency.
You can read a sentence silently, then say it aloud. Repeat this a few times. It improves pronunciation, rhythm, and helps you get used to hearing yourself speak English. The more you read, the more you absorb patterns and vocabulary naturally. You'll find yourself using these words and phrases in conversations.
Next habit is immersion, surrounding yourself with English. Watch TV shows, movies, and news in English. The more exposure, the more natural it feels.
Use social media to your advantage. Switch to English videos and follow English-speaking creators. Immerse yourself in the language.
It's about making your brain learn English without even trying.
If you're using subtitles, keep them in English for a double learning boost.
If a show is too difficult, don't give up. Start with easier content like documentaries or slower-paced dramas. The speech is clearer. Then, as you improve, move on to more challenging material.
The goal is to get used to hearing English as it's actually spoken. Make it a daily habit.
The fourth habit is listening to English daily. Listen to podcasts, audiobooks, stories, anything you enjoy. The goal is to familiarize your ears with the language.
If you already listen to English, ask yourself, am I actively listening? Or is it just background noise?
Passive listening is fine, but for improvement, you need focused listening. Choose content with natural conversations, different accents, real-life English.
Classroom English sounds so polished. Real-life English is different. People mumble, use slang, and sometimes even drop words. You can't learn that from a textbook.
That's why choosing material at your level is so important. If native speed conversations are overwhelming, use subtitles or slow down the audio. Challenge yourself without getting lost.
Don't hesitate to replay content. When I first listened to podcasts, I understood maybe 30%. But after the third time, I understood much more. Your brain needs time to adjust. The key is daily practice.
The third habit is speaking English daily, at least 30 minutes, more if possible.
And before you say you need a partner, you don't. Talk to yourself. Read aloud. Record your voice. Just practice speaking.
Exactly. If you're worried about sounding strange, don't be. You're not giving a speech, you're exercising your speech muscles. No one is judging you.
If you have a language partner, that's great. But if not, there are other options. Join a language group, find a partner online, or use a language learning app. If that feels too daunting, start smaller.
Even reading your texts aloud instead of typing them is helpful. Describe what you're doing while cooking or cleaning. The more you speak, the more comfortable you'll become.
The final habit is writing in English daily. It doesn't have to be formal. Keep a journal.
Yes, write about your day, what went well, what didn't, and what you want to improve. It's simple but effective.
The best part, looking back at your journal entries, you'll see your progress. You'll notice fewer mistakes, new vocabulary, and how your thinking in English has improved.
If you don't know a word, look it up. That's how you learn naturally. You're not just memorizing, you're using words in context.
You can use your journal to note new words and phrases that you encounter, from movies, podcasts, or conversations. It's a great way to expand your vocabulary without feeling like you're studying.
Now you know the 5 habits, but the real question is, how do you make them part of your daily life? Because honestly, if you don't schedule time for them, they'll stay as just ideas, not habits.
Most people struggle with consistency. The key is to integrate these habits into your daily routine. Find places in your day where they fit naturally.
For example, listen to a podcast while cooking or commuting. Speak for 30 minutes while getting ready or walking. It doesn't have to be a separate activity.
Watching English content is easy. Just change the language setting on what you're already watching. No extra effort needed. For writing, set aside a specific time, such as before bed, to write a few sentences about your day. It doesn't have to be long, just a few thoughts.
Experiment to find what works best for you. One habit might be easier than others, and that's fine. The important thing is to keep practicing, even if it's just a little each day.
If you have any tips for staying consistent, share them with us. We're all learning together. Make English a part of your everyday life.
Thanks for listening and keep practicing. See you next time.